Alright guys, this is a location I've always wanted to do. This is Kennington Police Station, Assessment Centre. I think the last order to do this was to plod or not to plod. And you're kind of on the load of stairs, guys. So it's not like a normal police station would be where, but they got 101 here. And you can go inside, guys, but there's people in, so I'll give it a couple of minutes for the people to come in. I'll go around the back. Yeah, it's a location I've always wanted to do, and I'll let the people go and I'll return back, guys. I'll pick this back. Yeah, just making our way to the back, guys, here at Kennington. It says online it's permanently closed, and it's on a housing estate, so it's a very, very strange place to put a nick. It's kind of downhill here. Yeah, I think they're getting a lot of repair work done here or something. Yeah. Don't look like a pink police stick. Look at this. I think they're redoing it here. Yeah. Is this a nick here? Yeah, police station.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Are you guys police? All right, lovely. Where are they?
Where are they?
As they always do. Right, so yeah, so a lot of work's getting done here then. This is just normal workers. I'm gonna, he's laughing. I'm gonna go to the front
I'm letting you get on with it.
get some questions in. Because guys, this is just members of public here. Look, this firm here seems to be just renewing the police station. Let's get in the front. Make our way inside, guys. Obviously there's a lot of public here, so yeah. So just you guys, just doing a bit of filming.
No, you can't film like that.
In a public building?
No.
Are you a police officer?
Hold on.
Well, I don't have to hold on, but
No, hold on, Inspector.
the police are the public, and the public are the police. Ooh, okay. Obviously, guys, you've got personal information there, which I won't be filming. But, I think the desk sergeant was calling an inspector in. But look, did you see, Mick? Look, they're gone again, aren't they? So hopefully the inspector will come out and we can have a decent dialogue. Just have a conversation, that's all. So obviously they're going to bring you to Charon's Cross here, guys. But it has an open door here, and the back gate is getting renewed work done, so it's one I've always wanted to do. I know only one auditor that's been here, and that's to plod or not to plod. And they're not very happy about filming. Normally, guys, if there's members of the public I won't film, it's just because of his reaction is why I'm filming.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I ask you to step outside rather than film in a police building, please?
Can you identify yourself, please?
Yes, sure. I am Detective Inspector Peter
Okay.
Baldock-Williams.
Inspector, can I just ask you something then?
Of
Do you want to do it outside?
Please, yeah, good. Yeah.
Obviously, you do have powers to remove us, I understand. As an inspector,
Yes.
like I was just mentioning, you do have powers to remove people's access from a police station.
Come on, let's see it from inside.
Would you like to just break that down for people, because not many people understand that inspectors do have that power?
Well, I think every police officer has the power to remove someone from a police station if they're being disorderly.
Yes.
But because it's a police building,
Yes.
we can't film inside police buildings.
But just briefly, as you're an inspector,
Yeah.
you can ban people from filming, can't you? You can remove someone's right to film a police building. As an inspector's powers you have.
Well, it's not just inspector powers, it's police powers. I mean, inspectors have certain powers
Yes.
around stop and search in Sector 60s and that kind of thing. But filming inside a police station isn't a power that most people can use.
But so I'm incorrect then, and you can't actually ban people from, as an inspector, you can't actually ban them then. Have I got that incorrect?
In banning, as in from entering a police building?
Yes.
Well, I don't think we'd ever want to do that, just in case over time in the future we might need some assistance.
But you do have, all I'm trying to break down, Inspector, is simply, do you have that power or not, that you can ban, as an inspector, solely?
Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
I could find out, but I wouldn't have that knowledge on that.
Right. Oh, so you don't actually know.
I don't know a lot of stuff. I don't know everything, no.
So, this isn't actually a police station. It's just an assessment
It's a
centre.
building owned by the Metropolitan Police,
Right.
but it doesn't have the functions that a police station would normally have. No, it's an assessment centre for new candidates and for everything else. That we have.
Right. So training and.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
So
so much training, but kind of assessments for new candidates.
I'll tell you what, Inspector. Apart from you, kind of you didn't really get hands on. I find you quite polite, so that's why I kind of, not that I've given to your demands, because I can actually film in there legally. I'm not causing a disturbance.
No.
It's only your members of staff behind the counter that were a bit irate.
Okay,
I'm only here for an open dialogue. So if you have a conversation with me, I have one back.
sure.
Now if you're going to say to me, oh, you can't do this, I can though. I'm not saying you, I'm on about the guys behind the counter.
Okay.
So it's kind of annoyance. Can I ask you a couple of questions then while we're at? And I appreciate you coming out, Inspector. Met Police. Obviously, you guys are all over the news. There's many names we can mention.
Sure.
Corruption, and I'm sure you do a lot of great work as well. You're employing a lot of new police officers, and here you said you're kind of, what is your sole job here?
Well, I run the assessment centre.
So you actually run it yourself?
A few of us do, yes. Not on my own, but yes.
And do any of you guys actually go out on the streets as well?
No.
Just solely here?
Yes.
And this is staying?
Yes. For the time being, yes.
And it's refurbished at the back?
Being refurbished, yeah.
So this is actually going to be here full time now, yeah?
Hopefully so, yes.
Any views on the corruption in Met Police?
We've got to follow what the Commissioner says and try and weed out the bad apples.
All right, I appreciate that. And you're generally believing there is bad apples?
Well, the Commissioner said that himself. He said there are policemen to be investigated for corruption and for other offences, and we'll continue to do so until we do our best to get rid of them all.
And how long have you been on the force yourself?
28 years.
28 years. All right.
I don't look it.
Please be honest with this one, Inspector.
Of course.
Because obviously you've built your way up in the police.
Sure.
You've got to a good position that you're in. Have you seen any corruption?
Have I seen any corruption? Yes, I have.
Thank you very much for admitting that. Now that's fantastic. This is the first police officer I've ever had in all my videos, if it goes online, to ever admit that he's seen it. And what did you do personally?
Well, I was. This is a number of years ago.
This is actually really good.
When I was a young PC, and a sergeant that was supervising me
Yeah.
was arrested because he'd stolen money
Wow. What from the?
from a crime scene.
Wow.
This is about 27 years ago.
Were you? So you're within your first year of the force, then, yeah?
Yes.
So obviously you're very new. You're shocked. What did you do?
I didn't see him steal the money, but I was walking with him when he was arrested.
Wow. You was with him. You didn't do it at all, did you?
I did not. I didn't get arrested, no. But it was a bit of a shock.
Wow.
But
And
even back then, we were trying to weed out corruption, and we've always been trying to weed out corruption.
is that a big thing for you to do?
But weeding out bad apples, it's a big thing for everyone to report it, yeah.
Do you think, like, obviously the public's perception of you guys now, I mean, you personally, what you've just done by admitting, I think it's going to be really good for my audience online, if this goes online. So I think you're actually very good at what you've just did. Honesty is key. Now, you could have just sat here and said, go away, I'm not talking on, you know. Like, if you just go around the corner, right, Charing Cross, now that's had a lot of the abuse in custody, and that's been found out factually. At Harrow, we had a couple of officers that got done as well for kidnapping a lady. Wayne Cousins, David Carrick. The list is endless. Now, for you to come out and openly admit that it does happen is a really good thing. And you're trying to say you're getting rid of the bad apples. Are you done with your inspector? Would that be you now for the force till you retire?
That's not my decision to make, is it?
Are you trying to get?
Maybe.
What about the commissioner, man?
No.
Have you ever met him?
I have a couple of times, yeah.
Had open dialogue?
Yes,
Do you believe he's actually trying his best to do?
I do, genuinely.
Do you think he's got a hard job, hasn't he?
He has got a very hard job. Every commissioner has a hard job.
But the
Because
Met
he's-
now.
Because he's balancing public perception along with demands from the mayor's office, battling crime, battling communities. It's a very hard job.
He comes out and does a speech and there's more corruption the next day. That's how bad it's getting, isn't it?
Well, I don't know how often there is corruption every hour, and I wouldn't want to say that one wrong. I wouldn't want to know.
Can I ask you one thing? Because you've been very open, and I really appreciate this, Inspector. This year, so we're on May, so the 5th month of the year, there's been 4 deaths in custody
Right.
already. So we're nearly looking at 1 a month. Any views specifically on that?
I am not aware of any deaths in custody, and that's not my area of expertise.
It's factually, it is correct. There has actually been 4, so it's nearly 1 a month. No police officers have died this year in duty, but there's been 4 members of public that have died, and for the public's perception, like you said you didn't hear of it, it is actually a fact if you look it up out there.
I'm not disputing the fact. I'm just saying that it's not a fact that I'm aware of, and I'm probably not the best person to comment on it. But obviously, any death anywhere is tragic.
Yeah, police or not police, isn't it? Like
Any death.
custody, a member of police officer on duty. I think anyone passing away is a disgrace. In a wealthy country we live in, there's a lot of money for policing, isn't there now? Is it going back up the budget?
Again, not my area of expertise.
But you feel it, don't you, on the ground? Like if the money gets cut, you guys feel it more, didn't you?
Yeah, and I think we're still having to be more accountable for the money we spend, which is quite right.
Yeah, I bet it is the balance. Like Bobby's on the beat, like that's the thing of the past now, isn't it? I think that was a good one to get rid of a lot of minor crimes. Now you guys are not on your feet walking around the streets, you're more in cars. I think a lot more crimes are happening now.
I think, there are reasons for that. Again, these are decisions that I make here. But
It's money though, isn't it, down to really?
like that, I don't know.
Because you're employing all these officers with no experience. You've got to rush them through probably to get them out there on the streets. And are they really ready for what they're dealing with? well, you hear about all the time, the gang problems, especially in South London. What about you personally, being around here? Do you feel like on edge?
No.
No? You feel confident in...
I do feel confident what the police are doing, yeah.
And do you think if you didn't, like, we didn't see your identification, people could know you're a police officer?
If I'm walking around without the badge on, probably not. I don't know. You make that.
I could probably not. With you, I don't think you could look at you and think you're a police officer. I don't think you could.
I wouldn't.
You could just be like a city worker or media city worker.
Artist.
Yeah, so you're quite different. And
TV maybe?
yeah.
Producer?
Yeah. The list goes on.
But you're really good, Inspector, what you've done today, and I thank you very much for coming out. You didn't ban me, and you said you don't know if you've actually got them powers. I do truly believe an inspector does. So this is why when I heard you're an inspector, I moved straight away, because I know you can ban me. You're saying you don't fully know that, but I feel you have actually got that power. Isn't it crazy that you actually don't know your powers and I do?
Well, I think you find it's a grey area because it's not a working police station; it's an assessment centre.
It's a bit iffy.
So it's a grey area. Perhaps,
It's got
you
public
say.
access, hasn't it?
It has got public access. Yeah, up into that area there it does have, yes.
That's where I was. And you,
But my understanding is that we become friendly for filming as well.
him, obviously, you come out. He's an inspector. I heard him. So you've heard him. He's moaning that I'm filming, yeah. It's not members of the public, is it? It's people behind the counter complaining.
In what sense?
Because he was saying that I'm there, and then I heard them say inspector, and then you've come out and you. If a member of public was complaining of me being there filming, I can get that. You can maybe say a public order offence, but because it was a member of staff or a police, they can't be offended, can they, by my filming?
Well, I think they can.
You've got to have a higher threshold, though.
I could be offended by your film.
But as a police officer, you've got to have a high threshold, though, haven't you?
You have to have a higher threshold. Yeah, but none of these public police officers.
What, behind the counter? Police staff? What are they? It's public.
So we've got a security officer, and then there's a company called Shared Support Services that work within the building doing all of our recruitment for us.
So they're not under the Met then?
Well, they were contracted to that.
Oh, so they're a private organisation with the Met.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right, that's the first for me then. Obviously, I've not had that. But then they're still... Okay, they can be offended then, like I could as a member of the public. And it can be a public order offence then. Was that what you would have went down if I didn't?
I don't think there's any need to, is there? Because you can quite genuinely serve eyes. So
But what if I wasn't?
well, then we'd manage it differently.
So when you was walking up and you heard him say, what was you thinking?
Well, we've had people filming here before for the same reasons before. We had last TV before, so I know what you guys are about. You want to get some truth.
Were you there? Was you on that one?
I was here when my colleague came out.
And did you give him any advice how to deal with... Because you guys have had a memo, haven't you, about vloggers and bloggers, people filming in public land?
I think so, but it's just, well...
Common sense.
Treating people with humanity, you're a human being, so we'll just treat with respect. If you disrespect me, we'll deal with it differently.
You've done a very good job, Inspector, and thank you very much for your time. Can you identify yourself, please?
Yes, sure. Peter Bulldog Williams.
Thank you very much, Inspector.
Have a nice afternoon.
Very impressed. Thank you.
You've done
One
a-
of the smartest people
You've
we've spoken to
done a very good job.
Take care.
Thank you very much. I will say, guys, that's one of the best police officers interactions I've ever had, and I will respect him greatly for that. And I'm going to sign out here, guys. Share, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.